What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Thomas, and I make videos around Onewheel. Today, I am leaving downtown Brooklyn. I'm leaving my office, and I'm heading home. I will preface this and let you know that my camera, unfortunately, did die as I was about halfway to my destination. It was pretty chilly today, and I was really focused on just getting home as fast as I possibly could. So I will be riding a little bit aggressively throughout this ride. I do not recommend you follow suit. Ride at your own comfort. If you feel like you want to ride through traffic, go for it. If you do not feel comfortable riding through traffic, then don't. I highly recommend you try out sidewalk surfing. This video is just how I roll. This is how I ride. And obviously, this is for some entertainment purposes as well. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the ride, and feel free to drop a comment, leave me some feedback if you want to see something. And until next time, I will catch you on the flip side. So my battery on my camera's about to die. I was trying to bring you along for my ride from work all the way back home. Don't know if I'll make it. I mean, I'm gonna make it. I don't know if the camera will make it. But I hope you've enjoyed the ride so far. I'm only a couple miles out, I think now. Not too far. Maybe 3 or 4. But either way, I'm not going too much further. I'm going to continue to just keep this recording going, and we'll see what happens. I don't want to press stop, because I think if I press stop, it will kill the battery life on the camera. So, here's to the ride. So I just got home and I rode 7.4 miles. I started at 80% battery life, it's like 82, 80, 81, low 80s, and now I have about 31% battery life. So that sounds about right. 14 and a half, 15 miles in the cold. Not too bad for distance range on the Onewheel. And I was pushing it through traffic. I was probably going, I think on average around 22, 23 miles an hour. But when I need to, the board can get up to 25, 26, which is pretty sick. So overall, this isn't a review, but overall, I'm pretty darn pleased with the performance of this board. Anywho, my camera died on the way home, so this is how I'm ending my video. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I always appreciate the support. Feel free to leave me some comments, some feedback, if you have some things you want to see. I do have a couple of videos coming. One of them is going to be an editing video. I've gotten a few different requests from people asking if I can show my editing process, what it's like to edit on the Insta360 camera, if I edit on the platform, or if I take it off and edit on another software. So stay tuned. I will share those answers. I'll share my own tutorial on how I film. And like I said, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.